Dig out the Shamrock undies. Get the Kiss Me I'm Irish t-shirt. St. Patrick's Day approaches. We'll tell you the right beer to drink.
Samuel Adams Boston Lager has been remastered. We've got the old, we've got the new. We'll taste them and tell you which one's best.
With Lou Bryson, I'm Glen Macnow. We're at the Neshaminy Creek Tap Room in Dublin for an all-new episode of What's Brewing.
What's Brewing is brought to you in part by Monco Maker's Passport. Download your free digital pass and sip your way through Montgomery County. By the Conshohocken Brewing Company, featuring 4 locations and available at beer retailers throughout the tri-state area. By Visit Bucks County. Travel the Bucks County Ale Trail. Get your passport at visitbuckscounty.com. And by support from the Pennsylvania Malt and Brewed Beverage Industry Promotion Board and grant funding from the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board.
Hi, and welcome to What's Brewing along with Beer and Whiskey Authority. Lou Bryson, I'm Glen Macnow. We're at the Neshaminy Creek Tap Room in Dublin, which is great because this is Dublin, by the way, Bucks County, not Ireland. We like Bucks County. Don't forget, this spot is one of many on the Bucks County Ale Trail. See what other great locations are available on their free digital passport. Lou, what are you drinking here?
I am drinking the Neshaminy Creek It's Your Day IPA. This is a brand new beer. It's been out about 2 weeks.
Nice.
7%, and it's a West Coast New Englandish kind of, it's like a clear New England hazy.
If such a thing exists. There you go. I'm drinking their Warehouse Lager, a gold medal winner in the World Beer Club. However, as you are watching this show, we are approaching St. Patrick's Day, and thus we want to do a thing on Irish beers. This is our beer swap today. Lou, I brought you one of my favorites. This is the O'Hara's Irish Stout Nitro. And I want you to explain what nitro is in a second, but I was reading the proper way to open and pour. So this is what they say. You give it 3 shakes. 1, 2, 3. It's got that little device in there. I gave it an extra one. You do this. Whoa, baby. And you pour aggressively down the middle of the glass. Why am I doing this, Lou?
Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
There you go. It looks like coffee.
So what you're doing here, there's a widget in there, and they actually call it a widget.
Yeah, you can't hear it now.
It's a little ball. It's a plastic ball. It's got a bunch of baffles and chambers in it. It's also got a pinhole. Everything's under the same pressure. As soon as you pop open that thing, the rest of the beer goes to normal atmospheric. The stuff in the ball is still at high pressure, and it shoves its way out through that little hole. It's this beautiful foam.
It's an amazing technology. They say you got to let it settle just a little bit, but if you look,
it's still,
but it's got the tiny bubbles like a Guinness, which by the way, I love a Guinness.
Yeah.
I'm out of patience. Let's give it a try.
And it gets the foam too.
Yeah, I love it. Good look. Less carbonated than your typical American beer, but delicious, creamy, foamy.
Yeah.
Just so good. I read that Guinness invented the nitro ball back in 1959, but couldn't figure out how to get it into homes in a can until 1988, and it's a big success. You can find it.
It's huge.
Okay, what'd you bring me?
We have the competitor, kind of, you know.
Yeah,
but
it's a good one.
Yeah, this is Murphy's Stout, originally from Cork. Just another great. And there we go.
And we pour that the same aggressive way?
Yep.
There you go.
Another dry Irish stout.
So the nitro beer, again, I got a C in high school chemistry, so that was the end of my science career, okay? But the nitro beer contains more nitrogen gas, less carbon dioxide compared to your normal beer. So the foam created by the nitro bubbles, as you can see in both of these, is thicker and lasts longer. Velvety.
They're much smaller bubbles.
Yeah.
That's the secret.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, one other one that I brought just for fun is the Sullivan's Brewing Company. This is a Maltings Irish Ale, so this would be a little bit different. So you've been to Ireland, I've been to Ireland, I've had a Guinness in Ireland. You see there's a picture of my wife and I at the Guinness Storehouse that we're running now on the show. And it's great, and everybody says, hey, the Guinness is good you get in the United States, but it's better in Ireland. True?
It is, but it's the same. it's fresher. It doesn't have to come the whole way across the Atlantic. Usually when you're drinking draft Guinness in Ireland, it's less than a week old.
Yeah.
Because they drink it that fast.
Yeah, that's a good theory. My other theory is you're drinking it in Ireland.
Yeah.
I mean, the surroundings are just
It's like
phenomenal.
drinking Red Stripe in Jamaica.
Yeah, okay. So everybody enjoy St. Patrick's Day. One other thing that I wanted to bring you here in the first segment, and you see this can, which is nice. This is a really nice story. The Wilmington Brew Works came up with a unique way to raise money for the local Meals on Wheels charity. And they held a charity auction, and the winner got to be brewmaster for a day at the brewery and helped design his or her, it was a him, his own beer. The winner was a guy named Mike Cassidy. And what I'm giving you now is, this is a copper-colored German alt beer.
I love that choice.
Yeah, it's a different kind of style, right? And it honors his rescue dog, Red. There's Red. It's such a sweet story.
Yeah.
Now available at the tap room and other locations in Delaware and in cans, and it benefits a great charity. Well, let's give it a try then. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Crisp.
It's got the bitterness right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So let me ask you, because there's a lot of charity beers that breweries do all the time. I'm involved with Conshohocken Brewing Company. We're coming out in the spring with a Fransky and LA beer. Those are the Phillies broadcasters. I realize you don't follow these things.
I am sports.
You are aware there is a baseball team.
Yes.
Okay. And it's going to honor a charity, the Philadelphia Youth Sports Association. And this one here, and you see it all the time. Is there more of this now?
Yeah, I think it's a pandemic. I think we all learned to be better to each other. And I think there's more coming out like that.
Oh, that's such a nice thing.
Yeah.
Wow, how nicely said. Anyway, okay. Well, find this, enjoy this. Enjoy all these great Irish beers, and have a safe St. Patrick's Day, because as we know, that can be amateur night too.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so do it safely. We are at the Neshaminy Creek Dublin Tap Room. When we come back, we're going to get to the bottom of Sam Adams remastering a classic, one of the best, one of the first craft beers. Did they make it better or did they make it worse? Coming up on What's Brewing.
So we went to this place called Bucks County for vacation. There was so much to do. We played games, rode on a train, and visited Kids Castle. I went on rides, water slides, and got to hang with Elmo at Sesame Place. We hiked to this huge boulder field called Ringing Rock. Oh, and I got to meet a pilot. That was so cool. You gotta go.
Welcome back. It's What's Brewing. I'm Glen Macnow. This is Lou Bryson. Lou, what are you drinking here?
I am drinking the Falconry Club Smoked Oat Lager, which I'm happy to say I've never had anything like that. This is essentially, for those of you who know, it's a Grzyski, but it's made with oats instead of wheat.
Well, let's find out.
I want to find it because it smells awesome.
We're at the Neshaminy Creek Tap Room in Dublin, of course.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, light, smoky, just a hint of like a little tartish kind of thing on it. This is great. I can drink this all afternoon.
By the way, you know that Bucks County Ale Trail is a free mobile passport. Check in digitally at 5 or more breweries. Get a free Bucks County Ale Trail t-shirt. I am drinking the Ultra Kush Hazy IPA. This is their year-round. Comes in at 6%. This is my kind of thing. Now, when we talk about...
As soon as they said it was their haziest, I knew you were going to go to that.
That's it. That's my jam. When we talk about craft beers, really, Lou, one of the pioneers, huge impact, Sam Adams.
Sam Adams Boston Lager.
Right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's one. Fritz Maytag, Jim Cook, these are where it starts.
Yeah.
Okay. So they just decided, and they kicked this off with a big expensive ad at the Super Bowl, that they needed to remaster it, the Boston Lager, to make a brighter Boston. Now we've got the old and the new. The old being the can, the new being this bottle here.
Here's the bottle, which is kind of backwards-ish.
Yeah, it
it's
confused me at first. And we're going to give them both a try. You open them and pour them.
All right.
Let's make sure we don't confuse them.
All right.
And as we do, the question is, like, why do you change a classic when it's something that works? Well, founder and owner Jim Cook, brewmaster, said it's just an attempt to keep getting better. This is his quote. We like to say there's a perfect Boston lager out there. We just haven't made it yet. With Remastered, we're one step closer to perfection. We cleaned up the brewing process to create an easier drinking profile giving it extra sparkle that drinkers will savor, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Now, we did this a couple weeks ago with Fat Tire on a show. You weren't there. And we decided the old was better than the new. Let's find out right now. Which is the old? All right, this is the old. Here we go.
New.
Take an old.
Yep. Smells like Boston Lager.
That's a fine beer. I like that beer.
I like that beer. Always like that beer.
Well, let's try the new. Here we go. L'chaim. I like the old better. I think the old's got a little more to it. You like the new better?
I think I'm coming in on the new.
Hold on. Give me a second. Slight favor to the old, and you go.
I just think it does taste a little brighter, and I'm liking that.
Okay, well, there you go. You decide for yourself. Now, let's go out and see Sam Stafford. Sam is at the Ashland Distillery in Morrisville. Sam, what do you got for us?
Hey Glenn, today we're here in Morrisville, Pennsylvania at Ashland Distillery, and I am here with Rob Blaschek, one of the owners of Ashland Distillery. Rob, you guys are brand new, just established in 2022. Can you tell us what got you into it?
So in last year, there was in a distillery that was here originally that was shutting down. The owners of the building, who are cousins, decided that they would give a go at it. They invited me to take the journey with them, and here we are today. We opened in October 29th was our grand opening. Our flagship product is Summer Seat Vodka, which is named after George Washington's home here in Morrisville.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of history tied into Ashland Distillery. What made you want to incorporate that so much?
The name Ashland Distillery the word Ashland actually is from one of my daughters. Chris liked it and he said, let's run with it.
Now, not a lot of people can just get a text from a friend asking if they wanted to open a distillery and jump right in. So what's your background? How did you know what you were doing before you got into this?
Well, I grew up on a farm in Newfield, New Jersey. There was a still sitting in the hayloft. It was brought down and it was distilled. A lot of this stuff actually I learned from my father, especially on the blending side and understanding how to appreciate alcohol. And that was one of the things he encouraged when we were young. Don't drink just to drink, drink to enjoy.
Glenn, now I'm here with Anthony Kakasi, one of the owner's family members. He's also a manager and a distiller here at Ashland Distillery. Now, Anthony, there's tons that you guys have to offer. Walk me through each one.
This is our homestead product here, the Summer Seat Vodka. It is a triple blended vodka, and what that means is we do a full corn vodka run. This is our 80 whiskey, and I will say that too, the whiskeys and the bourbon resemble a very similar mash bill in the sense of that. So this is our 80 whiskey. We have our 110 whiskey. This is our bourbon. Our bourbon sits at a 94. We have an 80 caramel apple, which is the same mash bill as our 80 whiskey. It's just we have an in-house chemist come in and flavor our seasonal liquors. So we have sits at 80 proof as well. We have an 80 rum. We have our 151 rum, which actually is surprisingly one of our more popular ones as well, just because there's apparently a lot of companies that have discontinued a 151, and we are one of the ones who were able to bring it back. And then we also have, this is another seasonal one that we still have a few bottles left over. It is a pumpkin spice rum, and that sits at a 70 proof.
Awesome, and then it's beautiful inside here. So what are the hours that you guys operate and people can come in and have a drink or try anything that they want?
Sure, so as of right now, we're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we are talking about adding Wednesdays onto our schedule probably over the next 2 to 3 weeks, which those will reflect the hours of Thursday and Friday as well.
Okay, now we're here with Kat, one of the bar managers here at Ashland Distillery. So Kat, one of the really cool things you guys do is you change your menu, your bar menu, every single season. So you gave us a drink that's going to be featured on your spring seasonal menu. Can you tell us what this is?
Yes, so this is the Strawberry Lime Crush. It is a simple, refreshing cocktail. The Crush is actually one of our most controversial cocktails because the fruit changes every season. So in the winter right now, it's orange and grapefruit. They're actually pretty popular. In the fall, we were doing like a pumpkin smash. It was actually getting pretty crazy. But for the spring, it's more simpler fruits. So we're gonna do a Strawberry Lime Crush, which has a little bit of vanilla syrup, some lime juice, and our Summer Seat Vodka, which is our flagship product here at Ashland Distillery.
Now, every time you change these menus, how many different drinks do you feature?
We actually have a lot of cocktails on our menu. Right now, I think our menu has about 30 cocktails. That does include the classics though. So we do like the Manhattan, the Cosmo, the Lemon Drop, like all that fun stuff. And then we'll do like the specific specialty cocktails, which has a seasonal fruit.
Well, Kat, thank you so much. It looks delicious. And Glenn, we have some that we sent your way, so let us know what you think.
Well, thank you, Sam. That was great work. And as a great part, she brought us some parting gifts. I've got the Somerset vodka. What do you got?
I have 151 rum, so I hope there's no open flame around here.
Here we go. Let's give it a try. Oh, that's nice.
My nose hairs are going.
Oh, that's a fine vodka.
I'll tell you what, for 151, there's a lot of room left for flavor there. That's pretty good.
All right, well, pace yourself. We still got a way to go. That's Lou Bryson. I'm Glen Macnow. We're at the Neshaminy Creek Brew Pub in Dublin. Coming back, we'll check in with my pal, Joe Sixpack. Hey, it's Glen Macnow here with Andrew Colligan, genius and chief bottle washer at the Conshohocken Brewing Company, here to show us what's hot for 2023.
Our lead dog, Type A IPA, citrus and grapefruit, 7% West Coast IPA.
Love this one. It's coming home with me. What's next?
Life Coach, our hazy IPA, our fastest growing brand, juicy and citrusy, perfect for any hazy IPA.
And very crushable. Keep going.
Ring the Bell, our American lager, crisp, clean, easy drinking, tastes especially good down the gate.
No better way to celebrate a win. And
Backpack beer, our Belgian-style wheat, light, refreshing, and approachable. Throw a couple backpacks in your backpack.
I'm gonna go take a hike. Finally,
Bubba's Row, our classic ESB, proud to make maybe one of the best English ales in the country. Philly loves an underdog. Support your local brewery and watering hole.
It's a beautiful sentiment. All these available at Conshohocken Brewing locations or wherever great beer is sold. Hey, welcome back to What's Brewing. This is always a fun part of the show when we go over to France, check in with Joe Sixpack. Now, you are 6 hours past where I am right here in the East Coast, which means, let me think, it's getting close to breakfast for you. We're doing a feature on beer for breakfast, and you got a little bit of a historical angle with this thing.
Well, you know, I think beer drinkers look for any kind of excuse to drink more beer. And back when I was running Philly Beer Week, we used to have a breakfast and beer event. And I remember the Associated Press ran a story about it, and the headline on it was, "Drunk by Noon, Perfectly Acceptable in Philly." In many places, the report said, drinking before noon is something to hide, not in Philadelphia.
I guess the most famous breakfast beer, if you want to call it that, is the Founders Brewing Breakfast Stout, the KBS Double Chocolate Coffee Oatmeal Stout. That's pretty much, sounds like breakfast to me. For real?
Right, the famous Kentucky Breakfast Stout. It's an imperial stout made with coffee and chocolate. You know, I guess that invokes breakfast somehow. I've seen any other number of breakfast beers that might have maybe some flavors of bacon or say oatmeal.
Right.
And we also see a lot of cereal type beers. The folks over at Death of a Fox Brewing in South Jersey famously make a cinnamon toast pale ale made with the cinnamon toast crunch cereal.
Okay, I would try that, and I have tried things like that. Beyond that, there is actually a movement, and there's a whole Reddit chain devoted to pairing cereal with beer. So Joe Sixpack, I'm going to take one for the team here. I got my Cheerios here with me today, and I looked at the whole pairing thing, and it said it would pair nicely with a wheat beer. So I got my Hoegaarden. By the way, this is my old Ballantine opener from 1957. I'm going to open this up. This has been done in a couple of movies, by the way. It was done in a MASH episode with Alan Alda going into Rosie's bar and saying he's going to have a, hold on, let me find what he have. Snap, Crackle, Burp, he called it. It was in Revenge of the Nerds with Skolnick, who is the Robert Carradine nerd character in Tom Sizemore and Breakpoint. So I got my cereal, I got my beer, Joe Sixpack, here's to you.
Go for it, Glenn.
You know what? It's not bad. I don't think I would do it at 8 in the morning, but you know,
Birrios.
The Birrios are pretty good. Okay, we move on. We like to do our Ask Joe six-pack. Sorry, swallowing. Matthew Ongst wants to know, Joe Sixpack, what is the strangest, most obscure style of beer that you've ever tried?
Well, there's a bunch I've tried. I'll try anything, actually. If somebody calls it beer, I'll give it a shot. Dogfish Head a few years ago famously made a beer called Chicha, which was an old Peruvian style of beer, traditional Peruvian style of beer made by chewing corn and then spitting it into a bucket and then fermenting the spit.
Wait. I'm drinking beer that has the brewer's saliva in it?
That's right. And Glenn, it does taste like spit.
I don't like my own spit, let alone somebody else's.
It's a little tough to even think about drinking that beer. Let me mention one other quick, unusual style of beer that is actually...
You're not topping that one.
Exactly, you should. Anyway, Faro is the style of beer. I actually brought a bottle with me here from Lindemans. This stuff is actually, it's sort of a lambic beer. It's very low in alcohol, and it's actually flavored with sugar. Rock candy sugar. And the reason I mention this beer is that it often had a really bad reputation. The poet Baudelaire once blamed Faro for his constant diarrhea. It's very sweet, unlike most lambics you might have tasted.
Okay, yes. Well, let it not be said that you and I, hold yours up there, aren't willing to do anything for the public service of this show. Joe Sixpack, until I see you next week, enjoy. We'll be back. Oh, you know what? It was a lot better before the cereal got soft. We'll be back in a minute with more What's Brewing. Welcome back to What's Brewing with Lou Bryson. I'm Glen Macnow. We are at the Neshaminy Creek Tap Room in Dublin, joined by Rob Jan, who is the co-owner and head brewer here. What am I drinking? Lead brewer. Sorry, what am I drinking?
You are drinking our new IPA. It's Date Jeans. It's a cousin to our Shape of Hops to Come. Solid body, a little bit less bitterness, and a brand new hop profile.
You know what? I'm taking some of this home.
Thank you.
All right, what are you drinking?
I have the 611 Porter, and I mean, tell me, but I'm going to drink. You talk about it, but it smells like a classic.
Yeah, so our head brewer has been brewing this beer for a couple years. He started that one over in Jenkintown when we had that location. Every year since, we've brought it back, and the tap room has been
That's
really...
the 611 then?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
By the way, Neshaminy Creek is part of the Bucks County Ale Trail. Only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to things to do around here. Plan your next trip at visitbuckscounty.com. You've got some really exciting beers in the pipeline coming ahead, including, oh gosh, thank you, a cream ale.
Yes.
Friend.
I've heard that you really enjoy Genesee cream ale.
I grew up on that. Well, I didn't, not when I was 12.
Yeah,
but, you
yeah.
know. Yes.
We have a beer called Better Maize Ahead. It has done well in Wine Enthusiasts. It came right behind Genesee Cream Ale in those rankings. So that was supposed to be a one-time beer, but we started this goofy, fun corn event. And with that recognition in that magazine, we brought it back and kind of came together for a fun event we're doing in July.
All right, so you've also got a Kolsch, I know, working.
Yes.
Lou, a fan of those.
Wow, talk about easy to drink.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're really proud of this beer. We have the really nice glasses. We've with our new rebrand, we got the skull with the flowers on it. But in terms of the time of year,
I'm going to interrupt you just for a second. Why is glassware important here?
Well, so we were debating on doing Kolsch service, which is a really small, skinny glasses.
Wait, go back further. Where do they do this?
Oh, in Cologne,
there we
Germany.
Go.
Okay. Thank you for the.
Yeah.
But doing Kolsch service with all those little glasses and the cleaning, very difficult. So we went with the same style of glass, just bigger, and put a nice logo on it. And then now we can just enjoy it easily in our tap room because it's an easy drinking beer, and it's a favorite amongst the brewers.
Okay, this is where I need the geekiness that I cannot do, because a Kolsch is a warm fermented with top fermented yeast. What do we got here?
It's a top fermenting yeast, but it's cold. It's cold conditioned. So, I mean, what they were doing, the brewers in Cologne were trying to come up with a competition for the lagers that were coming out of southern Germany.
All right, and taste profile?
Actually, not that far from a cream ale. A little bit lighter than a cream ale, a little bit fizzier.
No corn.
No corn.
All right, I'm coming back all spring.
Oh, yeah.
This being the case, I will be here a lot. And you've also got a Berliner Weiss. I know one of Joe Sixpack's favorites.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of the favorites back at the brewery as well. So in terms of someone looking for a sour beer that's really clean, crisp, and not, you know, blindingly sour, that you can go back to it again and again, that's what that beer is.
Yeah, it's really more tart than sour.
Yes.
Yes,
you're right.
It's got an edge to it.
Yes.
Okay.
Very fizzy too, high carbonation levels.
So you guys have, the menu behind me has got, what, 6, 10, 12 beers on it, and you've got everything. You've got the IPAs.
Sure.
You got the lagers. You got a nice porter. You got everything. What's your favorite?
The one that we've been, so do you know the Mahoning Drive-In Theater?
No.
It's here in
PA.
Okay. We did a collab with them called Showtime at Sundown, and that is just another easy light drinking light lager.
Okay.
And it's one that when I see all the employees and the bartenders come and drink that beer after their shift, that's when it's a good sign. And then I started drinking it at that same level, and I was like, all right, this is some.
Lou, you always want to know what the bartenders
You always want to know what the bartender's drinking, what the brewer's drinking. Yep, go to that.
It's always a good sign.
Yep.
All right. Also, speaking of events, you've got some stuff coming out, including a tiki kind of theme.
Yes, this is the second year that we're doing our luau. We're coming out with a beer called Life is Painkiller. It's a painkiller-esque beer with coconut and pineapple and all those the spices that go into that. Kyle Park, our sales and marketing manager, is a avid tiki person, and he came up with the idea of a beer-themed event around that, and we just wanted to have fun and grow something out that's, you know, light, easygoing for that time of season going into the warmer months.
So Rob, we've really enjoyed our time here, and we've really enjoyed your beers. Tell people how to find the tap room here in Dublin when it's open. Give people a little primer here.
Just like anything else, you can go on Google and you can find us on, this is our newest location. It's been around since, this past October for the previous one. So it's been around a year, but you can find us easily online or our website at NeshaminyCreekBrewing.com.
Terrific. Well, thank you for having us. You don't have a beer, for God's sakes. We're drinking your beer, you got nothing.
I'm waiting for the whiskey.
You're waiting for the whiskey.
More for us.
Later.
Lou Bryson, great time. Rob, thank you so much. We'll be back next week for an all-new episode of What's Brewing.
What's Brewing is brought to you in part by Monco Maker's Passport. Download your free digital pass and sip your way through Montgomery County. By the Conshohocken Brewing Company, featuring 4 locations and available at beer retailers throughout the tri-state area. By Visit Bucks County. Travel the Bucks County Ale Trail. Get your passport at visitbuckscounty.com. And by support from the Pennsylvania Malt and Brewed Beverage Industry Promotion Board and grant funding from the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board.